Greetings to you once again, our beloved viewers. You are watching today's edition of the program Asakhe, a program that explores issues that are happening in our communities, especially the countryside, with regards to development, that is agriculture, mining, women's rights, human rights, and other developmentally related issues. Today, once again, your presenter is Bakidzanani Dube, and with me here in the studio, I have Priscilla Sithole, the director and founder of Ibhayiskopo Film Project, who is also a film producer. Welcome, Ms. Sithole. Introduce yourself to the people who are watching this program today and tell us about your organization and who you are in the organization. Tell us about the mission and the background of your organization.
My name is Priscilla Sithole Ncube. I'm known as Ms. Sithole in Bulawayo. My organization name is called Ibhayiskopo Film Project. Why Ibhayiskopo? Ibhayiskopo is a township lingo meaning film. The project is a film incubator studio which nurtures and harnesses the aspiration of young girls to take up film as a profession. Why this incubator? It's because I realized that film is a male-dominated industry, and only few women take up film as a profession, especially the aspect of film, technical aspect of film. Most of the women, they based on doing jobs like production management, makeup. But I then thought in 2010 that there was a gap in terms of gender, where I started establishing this film academy for young girls and women. Really, there are a lot of success stories since 2010 up to now.
So as a woman, I realize that working in a male-dominated environment as a woman is sometimes really a challenge. So I would like you to tell us about your experiences as a woman leader in the film industry. How have you found it, and how have been your experiences?
And there are a lot of challenges which I would like to mention, not only about me, but as a woman in the industry. You realize that as a male-dominated industry, you realize that access to free spaces, like environmental friendly spaces for women who are in the industry, is not easy. And also equipment is not easily accessible, because you need to have a lot of money to buy a camera. And most of the time, when we are working with our male counterparts, you need to be bold, because this industry is like a jungle, where you find there are a lot of elephants, there are a lot of lions, which are ready to bite. But I'm glad that I have been in the industry, and I've groomed a lot of young girls and women who are now using some of our smartphones. Instead of buying cameras, they're now using smartphones to tell their own stories from their own perspective. So it is really a big business. It is an industry which we can generate money. I'm really encouraging a lot of young girls and women to take up the filmmaking as an industry, because you can generate a lot of money. In America, film has made what America is all about today is because of film. So ladies, let's not really fear to come up and say it is a challenging industry. As I have said, that it's a male-dominated industry, but it's right ukuthi sibe khona njengabomama lathi sikhangele khona lokho bakwenza njani kanti abanye obaba.
So meanwhile, briefly outline to us, tell us about the experiences that the organization is having or doing with women in the rural areas. How has it been like, and what have you done as an organization working with women in the rural areas?
I would like to use a local language now because I'm talking to the ladies in the rural areas where I work with a lot. We have an outreach program where we go to the rural areas and teach women ukuthi besebenzise ama-smartphones to tell their own stories. Because there are a lot of stories which are not told by those women in rural areas, which need to be seen by other people. So, siyabafundisa. We teach them, we train them ukuthi besebenzisa amafoni ukusitshengisa ukuthi kanti i-development ekhona. For example, if most of the time I'm in Lupane, I'm in Kai, I'm in Case, I'm in Plumtree, I'm in Gwanda, documenting and archiving stories of women. We feel that African women have got so many stories which they are not telling, and also African women are good storytellers, so they have to tell their own stories of development in their own communities, tell their stories of gender, tell their stories of GBV, sexual harassment stories. They need also to tell social stories, political stories, because they are the ones who are affected. So women need to tell their stories. So I go a lot in rural areas, and I'm trying to promote women in the rural areas, to empower them also, so that they can express themselves. They feel also have confidence in themselves to tell their own stories.
So tell us comment on the response that you have often received as you travel to Gwanda, Tunkai, and the other related areas in the countryside.
At the moment, I'm working on a project. I've been following women, Lupane Women's Center for the past 4 years now. They're into crafts. They are weaving crafts. So ngiyabalandelela because I feel they've got a lot of stories to tell, which are not, the world doesn't know about them. So experience esengilayo, I've learned a lot because those women have got pure stories, not fake stories. Those stories are original, and they work so hard. Sometimes you can't even believe that a woman in the rural areas can earn $700 and can own assets inkomo, imbuzi, inkuku. So I have really learned a lot by going out there in the rural areas and coming up with stories, because those stories are still original, pure original stories. They are not fake, and they don't, those women don't lie. If they tell you a story, it's true. So I'm really glad that I've been working with them. What I think is one of my best projects.
So as an organization that does women empowerment, especially that has been in the industry so far for close to 10 years right now,
It's more than 10 years. I've been in the industry. I started film in 1990 when I was at Amakosi. I'm one of the first black women to use a camera in Zimbabwe. So it's not that I started film now. I have been doing film. It's like my husband. Film is like my husband. Camera is like my husband. So it has been a long journey since I started, and I've developed a lot. I've seen a lot. I've traveled a lot. I've traveled 33 countries. I've been to Hollywood. I've been to a lot of countries. I've been also going to film expos, film festivals, talk about film, talk about projects. So I've been exposed a lot. Film has made me what I am today.
So as an organization, what has been some of the challenges as you go working in the rural areas? Because sometimes you will realize that as you group people, really there comes a challenge. What has been your experiences there as an organization?
My experience as an organization is the political interference. In rural areas, politics lives. People eat politics. So you go to some of the communities and you are there with a camera and you are being asked, uzokwenzani khona? Uzothatha inews ezisemazweni. Here unjani njani. Yet you want to promote those communities. And by so doing, the world is now a global village. So people in America need to know what is happening in Lupane. People in Norway, they need to know what is happening in Ngai. So political interference, iyasibulala as ama filmmakers. I think the government must come in and also try to educate. Maybe we need to educate ama polisa etu. Our communities, we need to educate our leaders in the communities that, you know, if I'm coming to film, it's not that I want to take, it's always negative things. Some of the things which I have mentioned, like weavers from Lupane, it's not a negative thing that I'm filming. So we are really advocating or lobbying the government to look at filmmakers to have access to some of these communities without being victimized. Because carrying a camera in Zimbabwe is like you are really carrying a gun or a machine gun. So I think the government should really respect filmmakers and also conscientize some of their departments of yeah, I think.
So briefly comment on the nature of funding and assistance as an organization that you will need, and how has it been like all along as you have been operating, especially far away from the base in rural areas?
Sometimes funding is not easily accessible, especially when you live in Bulawayo, where there are no embassies, where there are no places where you can just walk and say, I do this. It is so difficult to be identified. We have tried really to access some of the funding, but you realize that we are not getting the funding. But I'm so grateful that a Culture Fund Trust of Zimbabwe supported me a lot, because they realized what I was doing as an organization. They supported Ibhayiskopo by giving us a camera, computer for editing, lights, and also for training young girls. So we are so grateful. We haven't had any sponsorship from any other organization, but we are hoping. We have been getting commissioned works, so we are hoping in the near future that we will get sponsorship.
So working in the communities, in the rural communities, sometimes requires a specific approach, what we can call strategic communication. So as an organization working in those communities, with regards to approach to rural communities, what lessons have you learned there, and what can you share with other related organizations that intend to do work with the rural communities?
When you go to because culture is dynamic, and people have got different cultures, especially in Matebelele, and you don't just go to a certain community and start speaking using another language which they don't understand. They will not respond to your project. So language is vital. It is very important to, when you approach a community, to know what language do they speak. Especially abantu besintwini bafuna ukuthi nxa usiza uzoba approach ukhulume ngesintu sabo, because they will ask you ngumntakabani wena, uvela ngaphi, isibongo sakho ngakobani. Ungakhuluma khonokho yikho abakwenza ukuthi beku accept, they feel you belong to them. But ungabuya uvela kwenye indawo uzo interview abantu nge-language abangayi-understandiyo baza kunika enye response yokuthi awusoze uthande beza kutshela amanga. So I think nxa usiya interview abantu usiya endaweni yabantu abanye community hamba lo muntu okwaza i-language yona le ungabuyi wena uzokhuluma i-language engayisiyo phakathi kwabantu emhlobo ele language yabo.
So looking at really the rural communities, what is your message to especially women and everyone else in the rural communities? Because also looking at that, men also do not matter. Men also do matter in this whole process. So what will be your message to the rural communities with regards to film?
I want to encourage women to embrace technology. Especially because the social media sikhona ayisoze yafa yahamba. So people should embrace the technology, and especially ama women bakwazi kuphela ukufona lo receive amafoni, but those smartphones can do a lot. They can record videos, you can take photos, you can send, you can do Skype, you can do a lot. So I'm thinking technology abayithathe ngoba isikhona kayisayindawo isiphakathi wethu. So njengabo mama, I'm encouraging omama to really be there besebenzisa izinto lezi ama gadgets la awalumi awabulali. Obaba yikho abasedlula ngakho ngoba bahle khonapha behle befunde babe bethumezelana ebhora bethumezelana amaphono bethumezelana, kodwa thina asisebenziseni ama gadgets ona la ukudevelopa izigaba zethu. Njengokuthi nxa ukhathesa unganithumezela ukuthi icansi lelupane kumbeni ingcebethu yelupane idecorate njani iminani ingcebethu le ama colors lawo achoni kumphakathi. Kimi kuzamfundisa better than ukuthi unithumezele okunye okungahambelani lezigaba zethu. As developeni izigaba zethu by embracing also technology.
So I realize that sometimes as you operate this country and most of African countries generally, they are patriarchal. So what is your message, especially to the patriarchal system with regards to the activities that women are doing in rural communities to develop themselves, especially like the project that your organization is leading?
Ngithi kwabo baba bonke nje hayi mayuyu asiyekelena omkethu benze izinto. Asiyekeleni omkethu besukume. Yangazi kulebala leli lesindebeleni ukuthi ubani ulamawara. Mama lo ulamawara. And I've realized ukuthi bona laba nomama ukuthi abalamawara yiba benza izinto. Asibayekeleni omkethu besukume benza izinto ngoba isikhathi nxa umama esethenga inkomo akuthuthukanga yini isigaba, akuthuthukanga imuli, akuthuthukanga yini umphakathi. Ngoba uzahambe ethengisa inkomo yakhe ethenge something esigabeni, isigaba siyathuthuka, uzayakha umuzi wakhe omuhle. So asiyekele nini omama benze izinto. Bobaba siyacela bakithi ukuthi hayi siyakwazi ukuthi abanye obaba khathesi sebevumela omama ukuthi benze. Ungathi nyaku workshop umuntu ongumababa uyakhangela ethi i-workshop ezahlala 5 days uyabuloba kanti hayi ngitsho vele uyabuka u-workshop ungakhumbuli lokwenza okunye. So yekelani nomama betravele, ukutravela khona khana kuyaba expose kwezinye izinto. Bahlangana labanye abantu ba networker, they build synergies, you know, konke khona khana kuqhakathekile kwabomama ukuthi bebe exposed, bebona izinto abangazi ezingekho esigabeni zabo, bebiseke intuthuko esigabeni.
So also looking at really the government, to the government, what is your message that you have to the government?
Ngithi kuhulumende sicela bakithi ukuthi si access those funding elizifaka kuma women lokhuzeni organizations ama-department ama-women. Ama-farmers liyabanika imali, but thina ngingathi mina ngihambe emhlahlandlela kade simfike ngithi ngingumama oyenza kwama-Ibhayiskopo. Alingikhangeli njengokuthi I'm into business. Lingikhangele ngani kumele ukuthi ngizuze imali yenkukhu. Ngifuya inkukhu. Sonke inkukhu zethu ngamakhamera. Sicela nini imali zona lezi elizifaka emabhenki. Like lisinike lathi esiku-industry. Sithenga equipment ngoba equipment le ngayikho eZimbabwe. Sithenga eSouth Africa, and we need that foreign currency. Yona le esemabhenki ezuzwa ngama-farmers lathi siyayifuna. Siyacela sibili ku-government eZimbabwe, because all over the world film is subsidized by their governments. So ama-government wonke, even i-Hollywood, kuze ibe yi-Hollywood namhlanje, is because i-government yabo iyafaka i-funding. Sicela kube le funding for women who are in the creative sector, so that they access that funding. Khathesi ngingakhulumi kuphela ngabantu ama-women film industry. Sengikhuluma nje ngama-women music. Bathwele nzima abanye ukuthi bezuze equipment, bathwele nzima ukuthi be-access that funding. Thina we are business people as well. Sicela lisikhangele njengama-business people abangobomama abazama ukuthuthukisa iZimbabwe. And siyayiflya iflag eZimbabwe high, but we are not recognizing lapha kithi. Si-recognizewa kwezinye indawo, ngi-recognize e-America, but lapha nxa semfika la sengikhangelwa njengomama othwele ikhamera nje. Sicela i-government ikukukhangele khona lokho, isincedise, isinike lathi ama-loans, isinike ama-revolving funds, isinike sibe le access to foreign currency. Khathesi ngikhona la ngiyabe ngifuna equipment yami ekwanisa ukuthi lami ngikwanisa ukuthi ngithi nxa ngifundise ngile equipment egcwele, but ngizayithatha ngaphi $4,000, ngizayithatha ngaphi $10,000 yokuthenga ama-light. Sicelani i-government ikisikhangele lathi, even bevule ama-funding njenge South Africa, webafaka imali ukuthi abomama abaku-sector be-access that funding, bekwanise ukudevelopa besiya phambili. Njalo sicele ukuthi khona i-government ikisikhangele kakhulu women in the industry are sexually abused, and we have been lobbying ukuthi omama laba abaku-industry bekhangele kube le policy industry. National Arts Council should come up with a policy women in the creative sector. I think so kuthethe isikhathi eside still saying we need that ukuthi kube le policy ekhangela ama-women in the creative sector. Abantwana abaningi they are abused, and ungathi uyareporta kuyabe kungani yinto encane, but we need ama-policies as a protector these women in the industry.
So looking really at maybe to take you back a little, we have noted that most of the times when development comes around, young people are not quick to take it up. Looking at the work that your organization has been doing in communities, especially rural communities, what comments can you pass about the participation of young people in this organization and industry of film?
I'm so happy that young people are really taking film, because it's now taught kuma universities. If film is ikona kuma university. But what disappoints me a lot is that we receive these young people abavela kuma university. At the end of the day, uyabengazi lutho. Practically galakho ule theory. So also if film is about theory and practical. So nxa uzahluleka come up with your story in picture and sound, then you are not a filmmaker. You can have your degree, you can have your PhD, but if you cannot execute, if you cannot produce a film, then was a film. So sicela ma university wona lawa ala film department ukuthi beke besibize sifundise kuma university wona lawo as ama guest lecturers, sifundise practical aspect of film, because ikho lapha kule challenge enkulu. What I'm realizing, maybe I'm not saying mina I know better, but I have experience. I've seen ukuthi abantwana abaningi abaphuma ema-university uyabe engakwazi even ukuvula i-tripod nje yabe engakwazi even uku-operate i-camera engakwazi ama-camera techniques. So sicela ukuthi ama-universities wona la offer those degree be consult abantu who have been in the industry for a long time, so that they come as guest lecturers to those universities and teach. Also attach abantwana bona laba to some of the studios which are already existing, so that they can learn. Yikho engikucelayo abantwana abaningi sibili sebekubona ukuthi i-film it's an industry, but okunye okudisappointa kakhulu ukuthi abaningi bakuthanda besesikole bengaphuma ema-university wona la sebethwele ama-degree abasabuyi sebesenza something different. So I think the government should open up also ama-airwaves, i-content. They should buy i-content from ama-independent film producers. So not ngama-peanuts lawa abasinika wona, not ngama-peanuts lawa abafuna. I would rather sell my content outside the country, because iZimbabwe yasincindezile. I have to say it. iZimbabwe yasincindezile. I-ZBC, which is the one okumele ukuthi ngabe iyathenga content from us, imali abayi-offer to us imali encane kakhulu. At the end of the day ubusubona ukuthi kungcono ngihlale le content yami ibole than ukuthi ngiyethengisela i-station esizanika ama-peanuts, yet ebona they are benefiting from. Akulula ukwenza i-film, akulula ukwenza i-film. You need money, you need ama-resources, you need equipment, you need human resource, yabo. So akulula ukwenza i-film. So siyacela kakhulu ukuthi ngabe i-government iyavula ama-channel amaningi, ifake imali aside, ithenge i-content from us ngemali engcono ezakwenza ukuthi after sebethengile ngithathe okuyi-2 bhobho lokho lami ngiyethenga i-camera, ngithathe amasenti wona lawo lami ngiyethenga ama-lights. But at the end of the day imali abanika ama-independent producers is not even enough to buy i-tripod. So siyacela sibili, I'm not saying I love my station, ngiyayithanda sibili ZBC, but abasikhangele ngendlela engcono ezayenza sikhule sidevelop.
As we wrap up this program, what will be your message really to the viewers of this program and anyone else that you wish could be touched by your message?
I-message yami ukuthi ngiyacela ngiyake mbone abantu abaningi nxa ungumama uthwele i-camera babe bengela sure lokuthi kuzaphuma khonokho. Mama lo uyakwazi lokhana ukuthi emchadweni omama abafilm emchadweni sithwele nzima sometimes if you film ama-events ayemchado. Uyabona ukuthi abantu babe bekukhangela ezifa ukwazi lutho. But nxa kungumuntu ongumbaba othwele i-camera akula ama-questions amaningi, abanye basebeku-direct. Hayi omama laba bayakwazi abakwenzayo. Asirespecteni nomama babuya bethwele ama-camera kuma-events eni, bayakwazi abakwenzayo. Siba-respecte, sibanike i-position, singaba-direct. Ngasibayekele nini bephume le product right, bayakwazi abakwenzayo. Okunye njalo enzacela ukuthi sikunanzelele, sengikhulumela not omama kuphela, sengikhulumela nje general o-camera person. Ungahamba kwamanye ama-events uyabona ukuthi o-camera person bayabadelela abantu, but uthwele i-camera edlula imoto yakho iphakhe phandle ukudura. So sicela ukuthi o-camera person bonke liba-respect. Ayisikho ukuthi ungabona u-camera person sibone ngani ulanda i-rice yakho le chicken yakho, hayi ulanda ukuzoyenza umsebenzi, unike ispace sakhe, ngoba that camera ayithweleyo more than impilo zabanye abantu ukuthi engabhadalela sibila abantwana. So siyacela sibili ukuthi ku-respectwe that. Okunye njalo engikucelayo, sicela ama-bank eke sikhangele. Ungafika ebhenki vele ungavela ukhulume ukuthi I'm a film producer, I'm a film, vele hayi base bekubuzisa ayithatha ngaphi imali, kunjani kunjani, hawu bakithi siyacelani like lisikhangele emabhenki lathi lisibone singabantu esicontributor kwi-economy yeZimbabwe. Siyacela.
Thank you very much.
Hayi ngiyabonga kakhulu.
You are watching today's edition of the program Asakhe Online, a program that explores issues that are happening within our communities with regards to development, that is mining, agriculture, education, human rights, women's rights, and other developmentally related issues. With me in the studio today, I had Priscilla Sithole, founder and director of Ibhayiskopo Film Project, who is also a film producer. We shall meet again in the next edition of this program. I thank you. Keep tuned.